How do you get yourself out of a bad mood? I usually put on some of my favorite music and sit in my room, preferably alone. Or I treat myself to some of my favorite food and read a book. That's what I do normally. It just makes it worse. Being alone in my room works for me because most of the time I'm in a bad mood because of my family lol. I tend to just drive alone around the city with some music on and come back later at night. It is mainly because I know that my temper will make me want to pick on others, so I just avoid people. My family members on the other hand, whenever one of them gets in a bad mood they just confront everyone and make everyone else's life a living mess. Try medication. I know it's cliche but it really does work. It doesn't make you happy, but it makes you less sad. Look up mindfulness on YouTube edit. Now I can officially cross off look like an idiot in front of online standards off of my bucket list meditation. I think you mean meditation. I'm sure medication is effective for persistent bad moods, but it's not exactly cliche and I don't think you can typically find it on YouTube. Maybe medication and meditation. All I got is weed and yata basma. Read a book or take a nap. It doesn't usually put me in a good mood, but it helps reset me out of a bad mood. Be careful about the book. I once read as a distraction before and read a sad chapter that made it worse. Next thing you'll tell me reading Stephen King before bed is a bad idea. Maybe. Depends on how weird your dreams are. It could turn interesting. It is certainly an interesting individual. Wait, Stephen King or your dreams? Cause one I'd like to meet and one I'd really like to meet. Stephen King saved me through one of my most depressed summers as preteen. He's my go-to for distractive mood altering reads. You were reading The Gangbang in it, weren't you? I bake something, sleep or listen to music beginning from sad until some upbeat. Edit. Thanks so much for all the upvotes, never gotten this far ever. Edit 2. Thanks for the silver kind stranger. I bake myself. Then you must be a delicacy. My girlfriend does say I'm a treat. Semicolon close bracket. AWW. My girlfriend is enjoying another treat. So is mine, bud. It's called meth in some random trap house. Temporarily leave the situation. That puts me in the bad mood. When I'm in the office and all those emails start getting to me, I walk away from my desk and go for a short walk. 5 minutes is usually enough to clear my head. When I'm at home and something puts me in the bad mood, I stop whatever I'm doing and sit on the balcony, just looking at the trees and clouds. I make a point of not thinking about anything but the actual things I see. For me, anchoring in the present usually helps to fight bad mood and annoyance. And of course, cup of tea, maybe some music I love. Queen is the best, and if nothing else helps, Skype a friend and complain to them about whatever put me in the bad mood. The second one is essentially mindfulness meditation, clearing your head and concentrating only on a present thing. There's very interesting scientific research on what happens inside the brain when doing it, like the default mode network and such. I had no idea there was a name for that. I cope with anxiety attacks by putting on music and curling in a ball and focusing on one visual point, like that light switch over there or the stuffer animal in the corner. Glad to hear you found the method. Anxiety is a real bitch. The most interesting results for me personally is when you sit in a neutral position in complete silence in a dark room with noise cancelling earbuds in your ears so you can focus on only your heartbeat. It eventually feels like you're submerged into this warm liquid of pure comfort and safety. Go for a walk, listen to music, drinking the blood of my enemies. Yoga. What was that one? Yoga. Yoga is good. No, he meant going for a walk. Nope, the music is the key. I get myself out of a bad mood by overthinking and get myself in a sad mood. Edit. Woke up to 2 silvers and a gold. All the thank yous to you lovely strangers. May you all have happy lives, and I hope you all rarely have to use the good old think yourself sad coping technique. I do this. Through therapy I've come to realize an uncomfortable truth about myself. My mind finds comfort in negative thinking and catastrophizing. It's the way I've always thought, so it's familiar, and therefore it's comforting, even though it's really harmful. When you're in a bad place it's very hard to go anywhere but the path of least resistance. I don't know if this applies to you, or would help at all to know, but I'm sharing in case it does. 3. Yes, your brain's neural pathways get stronger the more times you do something. It's natural that when one has always catastrophized and ruminated that it becomes second nature. But you can relearn old thought patterns. Practice, practice, practice. Punch dance it out, or read a ton of dad jokes. Did someone order a dad joke? Here you are. A magician was driving down the street, and then he turned into a driveway. Skeleton walks into a bar and orders a beer and a mop. A blind man walks into a bar, then in a chair, then a table. A man walks into a bar. His alcoholism is tearing his family apart. A horse walked into a bar. The bartender asked why the long face. The horse said nothing, because horses can't talk. A pirate walks into a bar with a steering wheel sticking out of his pants. The bartender asks what's with the wheel. The pirate responds, it's driving me nuts. A pair of jumper cables walk into a bar. The bartender sighs and says, fine, you can stay, but you'd better not start anything. Neutron walks into a bar and orders a drink. The Neutron asks the bartender how much it costs. Bartender says, oh, for you, free of charge. If I know I haven't slept well, I'll try to go to sleep extra early. If I'm hungry, I'll try to make sure I eat something healthy. If something is on my mind, I'll try to talk to a friend. If I'm just in a funk, for no particular reason, I like to take a walk. There's a nature preserve not far from me. I'll take my dogs out for an hour or so. There has never been a sadness that can't be cured by breakfast food. Ron Swanson. My depression is kicking my ass today, but I was considering making breakfast for dinner. Now I think I'll actually do it. Thanks for posting this, even if it is a P&R quote for easy karma, haha. Breakfast for dinner is a bomb. Anyone who is against it is someone to stay away from. Tenderize my steaks. I masturbate too. Big, if true. I wish. When in doubt, rub one out. I can't decide who to vote for. Well, these booths are nice and private. I doubt anyone will hear me. Speak for yourself. I primal scream when I orgasm. Food and exercise, at least from my experiences so far, depends. Bad mood is too vague. I don't suffer from depression, so gym is usually a great way to relieve my stress. You can be upset if you're too tired to be disappointed. This is so far down this thread. Exercise quite literally releases tons of endorphins and adrenaline. As soon as I feel that dismal fog closing in, I hit the weights or the treadmill. Works every time. How about a good sleep? That's my secret. I'm always in a bad mood. Calm down, Bruce Banner. I'm curious. When will you be in a good mood? Happiness is when what you think, what you say, and what you do are in harmony. Mahatma Gandhi. Probably when these three align. Short term. Force myself to smile. First just a low one, then ear to ear. Someone said it releases feel-good chemicals in the brain. Not sure if it's true, but it works for me. Long term. Food, exercise or a shower. Other weird things that work for me. Get a haircut, clean my motorbike, go get a foot massage. That combo of things has never not worked, ever. Is your name Arthur by any chance? I used to think my life was a tragedy. Now I realize it's a late night TV commercial. It's not a comedy nor a tragedy. No one's laughing or crying, or even paying attention. See, nobody really cares. Lights are on but no one is home. The sound is probably on mute, as some washed up no-name actor wearily tries to sell some overpriced junk to unsuspecting schmucks. Informal, meaningless, and ultimately for nothing. That's what life is like. Stand-up comedy and alcohol. I don't know. Performing in front of an audience usually causes me more stress than alcohol can cover. He's probably referring to watching stand-up comedy. And he's probably making a joke. What's the joke? Op said stand-up comedy and alcohol. The person who replied made a joke by suggesting that when Op said stand-up comedy, they weren't referencing watching it, but rather doing it. I have an existential crisis for 3 days, cry, and then eat cereal while stroking my cat, watching a comedy show. You gotta get worse to get better. I'm mid-existential crisis right now, and have already cried twice today. It's nice I'm not necessarily alone in this. Every time you are in a bad mood, look, everyone has their own process, okay? Are you judging her coping skills? Pot, exercise, music, and playing with my cat. Me too, except I don't have a cat, so I just play with my dick. You can borrow mine if need be. Why would he borrow your dick? He already has one. 2 is always better than 1, duh. It's better than playing with a cat stick. Go play a video game. It's been a go-to since I had relationship problems with my high school girlfriend. I'd give my brother a 20 kill headstart on Halo 2, first to 100 kills, then come take it out on his poor Spartan's polygons to the tune of about 100 to 27. Getting Sparksliv made it a bit more cathartic. I'm glad that works for you. Video games I play can often make me more angry. Talk to my 3-year-old. I love her so much. Talking to kids can be such a palate cleanser. They make no sense most of the time, and when they do it's about small kid things. Reasons why I love my job. I love that, if I'm having a terrible day, I know I can always go to my students and they will give me a hug. It is always the best feeling ever and always puts me in such a better mood. I don't think that I would be where I am today if I never took the job that I did at 17. My children have taught me so much on how to handle problems and to make light of situations, and they are only 4. You can always learn from a person, no matter what age or what path they walked, and that's what I love and it always puts me in a better mood. Haha, that's awesome. Well, a good, clean shave and a haircut does wonders. Also, I just got my car washed. That always boosts my mood. I get adjusted by a chiropractor and that helps, but an hour-long massage is even better. I also love to just go mountain biking or hiking. I live near some nice hills and it's awesome to just get out there for a few hours. I come back feeling refreshed from all of these activities. I've learned that when I feel angry, irritated or whatever for long enough for me to recognize it, I need to take inventory of my tanks. I imagine all my basic needs as gas tanks that gotta be filled regularly. Hunger, thirst, sleep, caffeine or nicotine, or whatever else I crave. When one of those tanks is running low, my body lets me know by turning me into a complete fucking dickhead, and I gotta quickly figure out which one I need to fill before I start pissing everyone off to a serious level. So you treat your life like real life Sims. Not a bad idea. Me to a fucking T. This actually seems like a pretty good way to think of things. I might have to start doing things. I don't quite go to this imagery, but yep, I do the same. I don't often want to fight a fucker, but when I do, it's because I'm hangry, or need a coffee or slept badly. Bust a nut. There it is. Honestly, if I really don't know why I'm in a mood, this is my go-to. Helps clear the head and send enough endorphins to sort my shit out. Bust a cap. Sometimes I can't immediately identify what is affecting my mood. It's especially bad when I have high anxiety and can't pinpoint the problem. If I take a moment to be alone with my thoughts, this is more difficult than it sounds, and identify the source, things improve a bit. From there I have to figure out a worthy distraction. Edit. My comment now has a silvery glow. I do this. I write out what's really bothering me and brainstorm potential courses of action, even if they will only mitigate things slightly. I find once I have a plan and am resolved to implement it, the anxiety dissipates. Exactly.